The film begins by showing a spaceship. The entire research team inside the spaceship and all the passengers wake up from their sleep after 90 years. The mission of this spaceship was to take the entire team to another planet like Earth, in which there is still a journey of 90 years to go, now so that the age of humans does not increase during such a long journey. The entire team was kept in different special types of machines which are called sleeping chambers, in which all the humans were sleeping in a long sleep. The job of these machines was that they would keep the human body safe for 90 years. They would wake up only when they reach another planet. While they were moving ahead, they came across many asteroids, i.e. broken rocks. The fragments that are now collide with the spaceship, but this spaceship was very advanced and strong. Due to the collision of asteroids, its repair system gets activated, due to which, although the spaceship suffered some damage, it repairs itself completely. Due to this, the ship stops working. And the next moment it restarts, but due to this collision, the light of a passenger's sleeping chamber came on, his chamber got damaged in no time, machines started moving from his entire body. The spaceship had completed its journey of 30 years and now he wakes up from his 30 years of deep sleep. His name was Jim. He got up and moved forward. Now at first he was very dizzy, but after some time he becomes completely normal. Now Jim goes to the hall where the journey after finishing, all the passengers had to gather because they were going to have a meeting here, but apparently he saw that there was no one in this hall. He started searching for all the other passengers in the entire spaceship, but he did not find anyone there except himself. Started going to the control room to ask for help, but its door was locked because it could be opened only with the ID of the member of the control room or the ID of the team head. So now Jim has got the details of his location from the system itself so that he can find out where is the spaceship at this time, where he comes to know that he is 90 years away from his destination, i.e. that planet. That is, he has already gone 90 years ago and got activated from his sleeping chamber. He becomes very disappointed and starts leaving from there. But then he saw that there was a human being there. Then Jim started going towards that direction where he came to know that he was not a human being but a robot with human form. Now Jim found a tool there with the help of which he could fix his sleeping chamber. He tries to do this but fails in this. After this, Jim also tries to go to the control room and tries to cut its door with the help of jars, but the door was so strong that it was impossible to do anything with it. Moving forward, Jim noticed that now other functions of the spaceship were also malfunctioning, but he ignored these things and sat near the robot and started telling him that I feel as if I am stuck in this spaceship forever. Will not come to help me, I will die alone. Hearing this, the robot says that this is the flaw of humans, they always want what they like and what they do not have, and one should be happy with what they have. Things affect Jim in some way or the other, that's why whoever was in the spaceship started taking advantage of them. He starts living his life happily. There was a lot to do and play in the spaceship, so Jim spends his time doing all that. His foot slips and he falls down. Suddenly he notices a sleeping chamber inside which a girl was lying. Her name is Aurora. Now when these people were on the ground, Jim liked Aurora there, so now he is watching her in the video. He used to spend his time watching interviews. Now this thought comes to his mind that I should wake up Aurora too before time. Now he knew that it was wrong to do this, but finally he came to the decision that now, because his hair and shave had grown a lot, he starts cutting his hair, after which he comes near Aurora's chamber with his toolbox. He uses a tool to energize the system of her chamber. By doing this, the chamber gets damaged and opens, but before her eyes open, she sees the Jim near her. She runs away with her toolbox, hides all the tools at some place so that Aurora does not know about this. That I have done this to him, after which Aurora comes out of her sleep and moves forward, and now when both of them come face to face, Aurora asks him where the rest of the team is. No one is visible. On this, Jim tells her that you're in my sleeping chambers have been damaged, and at the same time she was also nervous, so she goes there and looks where everyone's chambers were kept. She sees that Jim was right. Seeing this, Aurora goes out of control, then Jim takes care of her. I said that you take rest now, we will do something about it tomorrow. The next day it was shown that Aurora gets her food from the machine, where the machine gave her a lot of different types of food because she was a gold class passenger. She always used to eat different things. Now when she came to know that Jim has been eating the same kind of food for so many years, she gives gold class food to Jim with her ID. Now Aurora also tries to break the door of the control room. She tries, but she too is not able to do so. Seeing this, Aurora also starts feeling that we are stuck here, so now she decides to complete it by writing her book, after which Aurora asks her that here is there anything to do. On this, Jim K says that yes, they can dance, they can play and many other things. These people choose dance. The I system teaches them to dance, due to which these people start enjoying. They both danced a lot. They were very happy. These people also share the space. They used to enjoy a lot and now gradually they become friends. It was shown that the spaceship now passes near a very big star which was very bright and hence looks quite beautiful. Fire was coming out like sparks from inside her. Now the next day Aurora, Jim and all three together celebrate Aurora's birthday. Here Jim wanted to gift her a ring so that she could tell that I like you, but during the conversation Robert said it turns out that it was Jim who brought you out of the sleeping chamber, Aurora, and not that your chamber had malfunctioned. Aurora becomes very sad after learning that. She starts crying because the person she trusted the most had betrayed her, Jim. She became so angry with him that she stopped talking. She was so angry that one night when he was sleeping, Aurora came near him and hit him hard with her mouth. Then she was about to kill him, but somehow she controlled herself. The next day, Jim confesses that yes, I made a mistake, I woke you up from the sleeping chamber, forgive me because I had no other option, because of living alone for a year, I feel like I am mad. He went, but even now Aurora does not listen to him and starts shouting at him. The next day when he was in the lift suddenly stops due to some fault. She stopped and now Jim could not go out, so now he is in trouble. With the help of some kind of lift, he opens it and starts coming out. On the other hand, when Aurora also goes to get food from the machine too has malfunctioned because she throws a lot of food on Aurora. Seeing this, both of them do not understand anything. They were wondering what was happening, when suddenly they heard a human voice. When they went ahead to check, they saw that the head of their team had also woken up from his sleeping chamber. The malfunction was detected, so he opens the door of the control room with his ID and goes inside to check what other malfunctions there are, but he is unable to find anything, so they decide to stay in the spaceship. We will check ourselves whether the robot is damaged or not. When all three move ahead, a robot falls on them, but seeing that it has fallen on the ground and is broken, the head tells that this is the 15th robot which has got damaged and broken. Now the head is sleeping with Aurora. He goes and checks the chamber. He came to know that Jim had damaged it and opened it. The head does not say anything to him because he also knew that a person can really go crazy after being alone for a year. Now suddenly the head's health changes. When he came to his room, he saw that blood was coming from his mouth. Now one night, the light of the spaceship went off on its own, due to which the gravity of this place had completely stopped. Holds a thing or a person on the ground, and now due to this, these people start flying in the air. Aurora, who was in the pool, got stuck in a very big water bubble due to the lights being switched off. She could not get out. While inside, he started suffocating, his condition was getting worse, but before he could die, the spaceship pre-starts because the power had come back. As soon as this happened, Aurora also came out of the bridge and Jim, who was flying, returned to he comes to the bed, after which all three of them start looking into the AI system. It turns out that there are many issues in the ship. Now these people had come to the power supply area where there was complete storage of electricity, but after coming here the head became unconscious. Now, when his body was completely scanned, it was found that head has 612 diseases, due to which his T-shirts are gradually disappearing, which means he will die within some time. Knowing all this about himself, head is very sad. Feeling sad, he makes both of them sit near him and tells them to listen to me, take care of each other after me and live with love. He also gives them their IDs so that they can stay here and do anything, and that's it. The poor girl dies, leaving her dead body behind. Aurora and Jim proceed to fix the ship's problems, but then suddenly a problem occurs that causes both of them and everything around them to go up in the air. Robert also has a similar problem. Realizing that he was harming himself, Aurora quickly shuts down his systems, after which both of them once again move forward and start replacing all the parts of the spaceship. As they came out of the power supply room and opened the door, there was a big hole inside, towards which both of them started pulling, but they controlled themselves and closed that hole. After controlling themselves, they saw that there was something like that in the ship. There are many more holes, and now when they come near the main power supply system, they find out that the entire power system has failed, so they quickly start replacing all the parts, but due to the fault, heat accumulates in the spaceship. Seeing this, Jim himself comes out wearing a suit and starts going in the direction from where the heat is coming. Jim had to be taken out. The temperature inside the ship had increased a lot. Everything becomes very hot. After reaching that place, Jim pulls the lever from outside, due to which the door opens, but as soon as he releases the lever, the door closes again. Jim understood that if he wanted to keep the door open, he would have to hold the lever, but there was a problem. When the head would pass through this path, it would touch Jim and pass by, hence his life could also be lost, but he still took the risk and pulled the lever. This opens the door. After doing this, he tells Aurora to quickly pull the lid so that the hat can come out, but she refuses to do so because she did not want anything to happen to Jim, but because the temperature of the spaceship is slowly, it was moving slowly, so even without wanting to, Aurora had to pull Lee. Due to this, all the heat started coming out touching Jim. But then Jim's foot slipped and he started going downwards with such force that his body, the safety wire that was attached, breaks. Now the ship was fixed, but Jim was still in space. There was a hole in his suit and now he was moving away from the spaceship. Now to save him, Aurora also went out wearing the suit. Although she could see Jim, but he was far away from it, but still Aurora tried to reach him. Both of them had even held each other's hand, but due to the hand slipping, they got separated once again. Seeing this, Aurora started crying because she felt as if Jim was gone, but then she sees the wire which was attached to Jim. She quickly grabs this wire and turns it towards herself, after which she is taken into the spaceship. Now Jim's suit was burnt. Due to being in space for a long time, his condition also got worse. Seeing this, Aurora got very scared. She takes off his suit and puts it in the medical machine. She gives orders to the machine. As soon as this happens, the machine starts treating Jim simultaneously, but there is no change in his condition. But luckily, Jim's eyes open after some time, seeing which Aurora is very happy. Jim becomes happy. As soon as his condition gets better, both of them fix the entire spaceship, after which, as a mark of respect, Head's corpse is dressed and badged and he is left in the spaceship. Now Jim gets another sleeping chamber, which was absolutely fine in that either one of them could go to sleep, so he tells Aurora to go back and lie down and then wake up only after 90 years, where when you open your eyes, there will be another planet in front of you, but Aurora does not like that. She refuses to do so. No, I will not leave you alone, we will live together, I am ready for whatever happens. They spend a few more years here, where one day Jim gives Aurora the ring which she wears. She becomes very happy, and now after this we directly see the time after 90 years where that spaceship had finally reached that planet, i.e. reached its destination. As soon as this happens, all the members wake up from their sleep, but when they leave the spaceship, when it started landing, they saw that trees and plants were growing all over the spaceship, which were grown by Aurora and Jim, but because so many years had passed, they had died. But among the many good deeds they did, they also did by repairing the spaceship. Only then these people were able to reach their destination, and with this story ends here.